As we go through the evening hours, the rain and snow has arrived and will continue to make its way into the region from the west. Heavy snow is going to be possible by the time the weekend is done. That'll be mainly to the north of the Springs, between the Springs and Denver, and also to the west of the Springs into Taylor County and over towards the Continental Divide. Rain and snow mixed is what we're going to see in the plains. Any kind of moisture there, of course, is welcome as we are still in significant drought. Skycast throughout this evening is going to call for that rain to continue to push its way through the region, and as temperatures drop off, you see that blue pop in there. That means that we're going to see the rain change over to snow by Sunday morning. Almost all the precipitation off to the west of Interstate 25 is falling in the wintry form, not the wet form. East of the interstate, that's where you begin to see it change back over to rain, or change over to rain, or stay as rain. In this case, by Sunday afternoon at 3 o'clock, heavy amounts of snow are possible over towards the Continental Divide. You see it popping up on the Skycast here. And there will be snow by this point in the Springs as temperatures begin to cool off to a level where the precipitation will fall in the wet form. Over to the east of Interstate 25, that's where it'll still be in the rain form as well. By 6 o'clock on Sunday, notice the dark blues indicate a widespread area of heavy snow over to the west of the interstate as you head south of Canyon City, off to the west of Walsenburg, and also in the Salida area and off to your west as you head into the divide itself. Along Interstate 70, we're also going to see heavy amounts of snow between Denver and the Eisenhower Tunnel, and points westward as you head over towards the divide and eventually all the way to Grand Junction. Again, those dark blues stay with us throughout our Sunday evening. This means that persistent heavy snow is going to be possible for several hours running. By Monday morning, early Monday morning, it's changed over to entirely snow as temperatures have dropped off. Heavy wet snow is going to be in the forecast for the mountains and also to the Palmer Divide, as well as areas to the west of Interstate 25, west of Walsenburg, towards the wet and Sangre de Cristo Mountains. Monday morning drive is going to be a mess by the time we finish things off. Skycast snow total, this is what it looks like around southeastern Colorado. You notice that 3 to 6 inches is possible by Sunday evening, according to the Skycast, off to the west of Canyon City, between Canyon City and Salida. An area of 6 to 12 inches pops up to the south of Canyon City, and as you head down into the wet and Sangre de Cristo Mountains, also 6 to 12 inches west of Denver along Interstate 70. Storm totals are going to be as high as a foot or more in isolated spots. As you see popping up there, that little area of whitish color on your screen between the purple is what we're talking about in terms of the heavy amounts of snow over towards the divide. Skyscan satellite and radar right now, all the precipitation is falling in the wet form because temperatures are still sitting in the 60s and 70s for most of us, except up in the highest elevation areas along the divide itself and over to the west, over towards Durango. Lows tonight are going to be sitting in the 30s and 40s, 38 in the Springs and 42 at Pueblo. Temperatures don't drop off a huge amount because of the cloud cover, because of all that snow that we're going to be seeing. As we go through our 7-day forecast for the Springs, high temperatures, which today we're sitting in the lower 70s, tomorrow will drop off by 30 degrees or more to the lower 40s. Then we rebound to the lower 60s by Tuesday and Wednesday, and then temperatures drop back as another chance for rain and snow comes into the forecast by then. Pueblo, your 7-day forecast, high temperatures, mid-40s for you after sitting in the upper 70s today. Quite the shock to the system. Plus, there's that really good chance for rain and snow, changing over to snow, especially later on. Canyon City, your 7-day forecast, your accumulations are going to be highest, especially to the west of town, over towards areas like towards Salida and, of course, west of Salida to the Continental Divide itself. Temperatures lower 60s. Taylor County, your 7-day forecast, a really good chance for rain and snow. You will see a foot or more in a lot of places in Taylor County over the next day or day and a half. 34 should be the best you'll be able to do tomorrow. High temperatures will be sitting in the lower 50s, though, by Tuesday and Wednesday. So the snow won't stick around the roads because we've seen warm conditions over the past several days, gentlemen. But we are still going to see a lot of snow in the wet spots on the roads, as they're still going to pick up that slush, even if you don't necessarily see accumulating snow like you would typically see during the winter.
Absolutely.
So
well,
Rockies are glad they're not